Welcome to Raider Talks. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. We're going to be doing a couple things today. Starting off, talking a little bit about that game on Sunday. Cardinals versus Raiders. Cardinals defeat the Raiders 29-23. Me and Nick were at the game. You know, it started off, it was all good in the start of the game. Even beginning of the game, we met one of our subscribers.
Oh, baby! What's up, Raider Talk? Let's go!
Yeah, and then first half, Raiders dominate. Nick, how did you feel about that game?
Yeah, just like you said, morning. You know, you wake up in the morning, pumped up, put all your Raider stuff on, and go to the game. You know, we walk from Mandalay to the stadium. It's jumping, it's exciting. You know, all the pregame stuff and the introductions and everything, and it was cool. Then you know the first half happens, and you get pumped up. You're like, okay, this is the Raiders that everybody was talking about, that we thought we were going to see. And, you know, you got pumped up, you got excited. And at halftime, me and you kind of talked and said, hey, let's keep the foot on the gas pedal and step on their throats. And, you know, you looked and their offense couldn't do nothing. Their defense couldn't stop us. And, you know, everything was rolling, you know. And then, you know, you get a stop at a half. And then it went downhill from there, you know. Then you leave that stadium just like, what did we just watch? You know, disappointing. You're up 20, and you only scored 3 points in the second half. The game goes into OT, and for the game to end like that, just completely sucks.
Yeah, it was a disappointing loss for the Raiders. Let's talk about the first half a little bit. Raiders looked really good in the first half, 20-0. Defense was excellent, but I want to talk about the offense a little bit because the offense was up 20-0, but I don't even think they were clicking fully yet either. And we're still up 20-0. So we're getting a little sneak peek of what we can be when we're just solid. A solid football team on offense. Because first half, we were just solid. Mm-hmm. Like, we weren't great. We weren't moving the ball great. You know what I mean? But we were just solid. Like, Carr found some of the guys for dink and dunks. Yeah. Making plays. Out-hustling the Cardinals. Uh-huh. So if the Raiders' offense is in sync, what can we really do?
Yeah, that first half... you know, it clicked a little bit, but it didn't fully click. I think, you know, that first half, Adams only had one catch, that one touchdown catch.
1 yard.
Yeah, and then his other one was in the second half, I believe. It looked good. You know, you put up 20 and, you know, going into half, I love that drive, what they did, you know, for Daniel Carlson, the 55-yarder. I thought that was a beautiful drive with the timeouts that we had and the time that we had left to play in that half.
Yeah.
I think that was executed beautifully, and everything just kind of it clicked, but not clicked all the way. You know, Jacobs was getting going. You know, Waller was getting going. Renfrow had a couple big catches, and, you know, the little dink and dunks that we think are stupid plays, you know, kind of worked in that first half. Well, not stupid plays.
We love those plays.
Yeah.
But the past so many years, they don't never work for the Raiders.
Never work.
They work for the other teams against us.
Yes, and it finally kind of worked. And you know, Abdullah had one, you know, thrown maybe 2 or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage and took off for 23. You know, a first down and even more. You know, and you know, you just got pumped up. Everything was clicking. Everything was good. And then you know, second half game.
Yeah, so it might sound like I'm being picky about the first half offense, but I'm not being picky. I just think this offense has more than even they showed in the first half, and they were still dominating 20-0. But now let's head to the second half, where, like you said, we get a stop, look good, and then just all downhill from there. Mm-hmm. Offense, defense, special teams, you name it, it was all bad.
Yeah, you know, I kind of looked at like the drives by what's called, and you know, we were up 23-7. I think we stopped them. We got a couple yards or something, and then they came back and scored 7 on us quick. And I looked at the drive, and 3 straight passing plays, took 24 seconds off the clock, and gave them the ball back. Up that much in the second half, you can't do that. You got to run the ball. You got to get some time off the clock, and that's how you win ball games. You know, I think clock management and play calling really in the second half killed us and led to this loss.
Yeah, I think so too. I did not like the play calling. Time management was horrible in the second half. Mm-hmm. But like we're running. It's not if we're running, aggressive, kind of, sort of aggressive passing plays.
Yeah.
I like it, but we were like substituting our run game for the short pass game.
Yeah.
Which, why are we gonna do that when the running game has been so good all game long? I mean, Josh Jacobs dominated, absolutely dominated all game.
Yeah, it wasn't like Josh Jacobs was getting stopped, or I think there was a couple where he was getting stopped, but it wasn't like he was continuously getting stopped or not doing anything. He was putting in hard work. And I think so too. Of the one, I think there was one play where they threw it to Moreau behind the line of scrimmage, no blocking, no anything. He got tackled like for a loss of 4. Like, you can't do that. And I don't know why we're just short passes. I mean, I know it kind of worked in the first half, and we saw it worked well in the preseason, a couple games. And I know that was only preseason and none of these guys played, but, just that play calling did it. And I don't know why we got away from Josh Jacobs when he was having, at the time, a really good day.
Josh Jacobs was part of the reason that the short pass game was going anyways. Because Josh Jacobs was excellent in the first half, made it very unpredictable for the Cardinal defense. Yeah,
made it really, guessing what we were going to do, and I think it opened it up everything. And like I said, I mean, when we needed him the most, you got away from that, and you started calling dumb stuff.
Yeah, it was a very weird second half, but a lot of Renfrow fumbled that end of the game.
Twice?
A lot of people are blaming the game on Renfrow, McDaniels. I hear people saying Carr.
Yeah.
But this was a team loss, like absolute team loss. Defense could have got some stops to win the game.
Yeah.
Offense just gets a couple more first downs to win the game. People were saying Carr lost the game. He didn't lose the game, but he could have made a couple throws to maybe seal the game.
Yeah.
Renfrow, they say Renfrow lost the game. He obviously shouldn't have fumbled, but there's other factors in the game also.
Yeah.
But so a lot of things went wrong. Even AJ Cole had a bad punt in the second half. You know what I mean? Everything went wrong, and not only that, but it just seemed like the Arizona Cardinals wanted the game more in the second half.
Yeah, it seemed like they came out fired up and with urgency of, hey, we're gonna go, we're gonna get close to this, and then once we get in striking distance, then we're gonna step on their throats and we're gonna take this ball game, and that's exactly what they did. Kyler Murray took over, not only with his arm but with his legs. He was kind of ran all over us, and we were up 20-0, and this is really inexcusable what we did.
We talked about it. We said, or I kind of said, but going into halftime, you could tell, coming out of halftime, you could tell Cardinals made halftime adjustments.
Yeah.
The Raiders, it seemed like they were fine with being 20-0. We're going to stick with the game plan. But in the halftime, it's the National Football League. It's hard to win football games in the National Football League. You got to make adjustments at halftime, whether you're winning or losing. We were up 20-0. I think Josh McDaniels got to tell his offense, all right, the offense is doing good, up 20-0. After the first, we're going to stick with what we're doing in the first half. After a drive or two, then we're going to adjust to doing this, depending on their defense. And we just didn't adjust all game. We just tried sticking, doing the things we did in the first half. And it's a predictable league. When they saw what we did in the first half, and it was just predictable now in the second half.
We thought that we could win the ball game how we did in the first half, and you still got to make adjustments no matter if you're down a lot or up big like we were. It was a 3-possession ball game. It was a 3-possession ball game kind of late too, mid to late third quarter, and we let them score a couple touchdowns, couple 2 points, and then that's the result that we got. I think all you needed, in the late third, maybe early fourth, was a touchdown. Or maybe even some like you said, some first downs, and just to run out some clock. But for sure, maybe put up a 6, and this ball game is over with.
Yeah,
we were talking about that after half when we stopped them. Me and you looked at each other and said, "This could be a put away drive right here. You put up 7, you're up 27-0. This game's pretty much over." The way our defense was playing, and you're giving them a whole bunch of rest, and they were coming off the field good, and offense was staying out there for a long time. The first, I think the 2 touchdown drives, they were out there for a while. Our offense was out there for a while in the first half, and it wasn't. They got off the field. Offense got off the field quicker, and it led to that 24-second drive of us not doing anything, and Arizona had the ball and kept the ball majority of the second half.
Yeah, I found it hard to just blame the defense on the game.
Yeah.
Because they were on the field the whole time. I mean, they were tired. And, the offense got to get a couple first downs in that second half.
Yeah.
More than 3 first downs at least. Did we get any first downs, or was it just one PI call or something?
I think we got a couple.
Couple quick first downs,
I
but
think
then
so.
got out of there quick. Yeah, I mean, the defense on the field the whole time. So you're going to get tired naturally if your offense don't get a couple first downs and move the ball, let some time come off the clock. But, yeah, it was just inexcusable on the offensive side of the ball, especially the play calling. And then defensive side of the ball, I know they were tired, but you gotta lock in and get one stop. Lock in and get one big stop.
Yeah,
also.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now, and on fourth down, they went 3 for 5. That's 60% of fourth downs that they went for it and got it. I mean, you got to make a play, and you got to get off that field. I mean, you could say offense, make a play, put this game away, put some points on the board. Defense, get a stop. I mean, I think, there was 4 or 5 times where we said, hey, this game's over if we get a stop or whatever. And, I mean, we didn't. And, the game was still the game was still in our hands. And, that's what happens. When you let a team come back from that much behind and you lose that way, I mean, we deserve to lose. We did not play good in the second half at all. And no matter how perfect we played in the first half, because I think the first half was played perfect.
Yeah.
No punting. We scored on all of our drives. And like I said, I think the most impressive thing was the way we executed going into half with the time that we had left to play, with the timeouts that we did. Some quick throws, some this, some that, led to a Daniel Carlson 55-yarder that was automatic. And, you feel good, and they come out and they put up a lot of unanswered points.
Another play I want to detail is obviously the last play of the game. Renfrow fumbles. I mean, Renfrow's looked pretty bad this year so far.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing the way Renfrow's played so far. But I know we're not the coaches on the Raiders. I trust Josh McDaniels and trust his coaching staff fully that they're going to get it figured out. They're going to get it done.
Yeah.
I like this coaching staff. But the play calling did suck in the second half, and I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it right here. But that last play call, I think we need to run the football. We're pretty much almost,
because it was first down, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much almost in field goal range. It was a second down. It was a second down.
So you still had chances. You still had
that particular play. I know he wasn't the coach for the Raiders against the Charger game last year. That particular moment was when Josh Jacobs ran the ball to seal the game against the Chargers for Daniel Carlson kick.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a perfect opportunity to run the ball.
Right there, it would have been a 55-yarder, and, I think, you're dying for a win. You need a win. It's home opener. I mean, Carlson's been great. He hit that 55-yarder going into half like if it was nothing money. I think maybe their thought was, hey, let's try to get a little closer.
Well,
try to make this a for sure thing.
Getting a little closer,
but you want to do it running. Yeah,
let's get a little closer in the run game.
Yeah,
because Renfrow just fumbled the ball before the play before,
and then you go right back to him.
And then
well, kind of, but yeah,
no, it was a play call for him.
Yeah,
you go right back to Renfrow, but I don't have a problem with going back to him. I just have a problem with not running the football because we run the football good all day. I mean, Jacobs was averaging almost 5 yards a carry. That's a 50-yarder.
Yeah.
And then one more. Okay, he gets 3 yards. Now we have a 47-yarder, and I'm feeling pretty good with Daniel Carlson, and it leaves the game at least in our hands, not with.
Or shoot, you run it with Josh Jacobs right there. If it's a negative, or if he doesn't get nothing, then you can pass it to the next play.
Yeah.
To get yards, to get closer. But he, like you said, if he goes for 3 or 4, then you're basically in automatic field goal range for Daniel Carlson. You give it to him again, and then you put the game away.
Yeah, and I'm not going to live with that loss.
No,
but I can live with us losing it by a Daniel Carlson kick, and he misses. But I'm not going to live by the loss. In general, how we blew a lead.
Yeah, I think
I can live by that.
This thing would have been easier if Arizona came and marched down the field, put up 6, game over. You know what I mean? Or they put up 6. or they put up 3, we come out, don't do anything, game over, they stopped us, whatever. But just the way it was that we were in basically field goal range and we were driving all right.
Like we were gonna win.
Yes.
We were gonna win.
And we were in winning position. We were driving all right. You know, offense was not clicking again, but they showed some good signs, you know, and you know, you go to that, Hunter fumbles the ball, Moreau comes out with the ball. We're pumped. We're excited. Hey, all right, cool. You know, let's not do anything stupid like we just did, and let's go win this ball game. You know, you get a couple yards, you're right there, and that happens. You know, and it sucks. It was disappointing. We were there. You know, everything was loud, energetic, and alive the first half. And second half, it turned into a real boring game. And it turned into like, man, like, is this really going to happen? And just the way it ended, just very disappointing, and it just really sucked.
Being Raider fans, we knew it was going to happen. We called it. I mean, it was getting late, and we were like, well, they're going to go down and score a touchdown. It's about, are we going to stop them on the 2-point conversion?
I mean,
they get a 2-point conversion. If they won the toss, this game's over. They won the toss. We got lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Harmon made a play.
Yeah.
Good, really good play.
Great play.
Great play.
Great play. But we got lucky. Got bailed out. Got the ball back. Wasn't able to finish.
Yeah.
But I think we need to call out some people in this game, Nick. For me, this is who I'm calling out. First off, calling out Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels needs to be better. Play calling needs to be better. I think he's going to get it figured out, but we need to get it figured out quickly. We just need to be decent. If this whole scheme and everything doesn't click until, you know, the last 5 games, I don't care. I don't mind that. Yeah. But we just need to survive so we have a chance at a playoff berth. So when we're playing our best football, we have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
I think from here on out, I don't care how we do it. I don't care what the stats are. I don't care if freaking Carr throws 10 interceptions in a game. Hey, a win's a win. We need to win badly. You know, a win's a win. We need to stack up these wins. And like you said, and then if it's towards the end of the season to where we're playing some of our best football like we did last season,
I'm feeling pretty good.
Then you feel pretty good. You're going into the playoffs hot. If we do, you know, you go into the playoffs hot, you feel good. Just like what we thought last year. But we need these wins, and we need them badly.
Yeah. Another guy, Hunter Renfrow. Got to be better. Last 2 weeks, it's been very disappointing seeing Hunter Renfrow the way he's playing.
Yeah.
So he needs to be better. You know, got to take care of the football.
Coming off of a career year, you know, we thought for sure this was going to be even a better year for him, knowing that they're probably going to double Devontae and Waller first before they get to him. You know, some people in this league still thinks that he's just a little white boy that just got lucky last year, you know, and, you know, 2 games, you know, and it doesn't look good. You know, fumbled last week in a big spot. Good thing we recovered it. You know, this week comes in, fumbles, same thing. Good thing we recovered it, but then
you can't. That can't happen.
But then, you know, fumbles again, and they scoop and score and walk it off.
Eventually, Cardinals, you know, the other team's going to receive that football after a fumble. My next guy I want to call out, personally, this is probably not you, but DC. I just think he needs to play better. I expected more from him coming into this season, the first 2 games. But again, this goes along with the scheme of Josh McDaniels. Hopefully we get it figured out, get it clicked, you know, get in tune with that offense really and get going. But if we're not getting going, Carr needs to improvise just to get these wins. We need to improvise. And so, like I said, the last 5 games or 6 games, we can get clicking like we did last season and go into the playoffs with a chance to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. You know, probably from him, he's our quarterback. A little bit better execution in the second half. And, you know, this ball game is won. I'm not saying it's on him or anything. I think this was a whole group loss. But a little bit better execution, and, you know, I think we're good. You know, last week against the Chargers, had a real bad week. You know, and I think we sit here 0-2 and say, hey, we're a couple plays away from being 2-0.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're 0-2. We're in desperate need of a win. And I think it all starts like what we said with our coach and with our franchise quarterback.
Yeah. Now, next, is it time to panic? This goes along with what you said a little bit. Is it time to panic? We're 0-2, heading to Tennessee. We just lost 2 games. but we only lost by one possession in both games.
Yeah.
We were in both of them. We could easily be 2-0. How do you feel about where we're at right now?
I think you give this group of 53 men of our starting offense, our defense, have played eight and a half quarters, because we played overtime. 8.5 quarters. I think, and with them not playing in the preseason, we're 0-2, we're in a hole. But I think that's enough time that us Raider fans can give them and say, okay, they haven't played preseason, they haven't done this, they haven't done that. Okay, like we kind of said in the beginning, I could see them, maybe struggling or whatever. We struggled. This is 0-2. Now it's time to get the ball rolling. We've got a stretch of 3 games that are still difficult. We talked about, the first 5 were going to be hard to win.
Gotta win one.
Yes. And
it'll be nice to win 2. If we win 3, that's great.
But it's not time to panic. And I think you win this week, then you're like, okay, we finally won. We're finally doing good. Let's let the rest of the season play. You lose, you're 0-3. You're in a hole. I was reading some stats. 0-3 teams don't look good going into playoffs and everything. And we play a team this week in Tennessee that's 0-2 too, and they were the first seed last year.
And they're getting beat up.
They're getting beat up really good. And but they still got Derrick Henry. They still got some good players on their side. But like you just said, is it time to panic? No. But this is the week where it has to happen. This is now a must win. Let's get our season going. We got 3 games left before the bye. Let's survive these 3 games. Let's go win some. Go into the bye feeling good, regroup, make some adjustments, and then after that, it gets a little bit easier.
For about 5 or 6 games.
A lot of winnable games, no matter if they're home or away. A lot of winnable games. Your season's back on track, and let's go do this thing.
Yeah. After the game, don't get me wrong, I was very mad. We were very mad.
We were mad.
I mean, very mad. We were, talking crap on everybody. You name it. We're even talking crap on the hotels that were next to Allegiant. We're talking about crap about Allegiant Stadium. We're talking crap about the players, coaches, management, owners. Just being a little over dramatic in the moment. We just got walked off, and it felt like a must win.
Yeah.
But, by the end of the night, next morning maybe, we came to our senses a little bit. And this is a group, like I said, might not get going until later. We just need to improvise and get some wins. This is a must win this week. Can't start off 0-3.
Yeah.
Gotta win this football game. But at the end of the day, these last 2 games, we've been within 1 possession of the game. Yeah. We've had a chance to win both games. Mm-hmm. That's all you can ask for. Now, this is a new coach, new identity. Yeah. Let's learn how to win some football games. Let's learn how to win in the end. Let's learn how to come in clutch. I know Carr has all these stats of coming behind and stuff like that. But new coach now, let's learn how to win with this new group of guys.
Yeah, everyone's got to click. Everything's got to be on sync, and we've got to be 53 men who are bought in, and go win. These first couple weeks have been rough. The first week we didn't play good at all. Our quarterback struggled, and some positive spots. We were still only down by 5. This week is a heartbreaker. It's tough. You're up 20. Then you go complete meltdown, and you lose. I think we throw all that behind us and say, hey, this is now a 15-game season, and let's go stack up as many wins as possible and go compete for this thing.
Week 1, the Raiders only have 2 or 3 good drives in the football game.
Yeah.
Week 2, the Raiders play a really good first half. They play a really good half of football. Let's see what they do in week 3. See what they do. They got better.
Yeah.
Even though we lost. Heartbreaker. Yeah. Can't lose that one. They got better. Mm-hmm. Let's just get better week by week, and then see where we are at the end of the year.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go on this week. I mean, I know we'll make another video about it, pregame and everything, but you're facing a Tennessee team who's really, really, really struggling. I watched some of the game last night, and it was just the stuff that they were doing was just horrible. They don't look like the Tennessee Titans of old. These past 2 or 3 years, they've really struggled and everything, and or they've really been good. Now they're struggling. 2 games in, and you got to go take advantage of that. You're in desperate need of a win. And 0-3 teams tend to not make the playoffs. So this could be. I know it's early and it's not panicking or anything, but this could be a little elimination game, if you don't want to start in that 0-3 hole.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys for our Raiders roster power rankings.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys for the Raiders versus Titans game preview. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.